Hi, and welcome to my channel, BK Sportscard Stories. I'm your host, Brian, and today I'm going to just give you an introduction for the inaugural episode of my channel and talk things I'm passionate about. As you can see, I'm an avid sports collector. I've got some of my collectibles behind me here, and I also love history. So my channel is going to hopefully intersect some of those things, share stories that have to do with baseball history, football history, and just Americana in general. Also, want to share my thoughts and opinions on sports cards and on collectibles and things like that. And I love going to history museums, historic sites, things like that. And I love that when it comes to sports as well. And when those two things intersect, even better. So, to kind of start my channel off here, I wanted to share two quick stories of my sports card collecting. So, as you can see, I am an Atlanta Braves fan, and that fandom runs back to the TBS days in the 1980s when you could watch the Braves wherever. And as a kid growing up, they were not great when I was in my formative sports years. But in 1990, there started to be a little bit of hope. There started to be a couple young promising pitchers, and specifically an outfielder who ended up winning the Rookie of the Year. Well, the next year, everybody in my friend group was trying to get this young outfielder's rookie card. It was the hottest thing. And obviously, before internet, the only way to do that was to go to the local shop and pull some packs. So we were all trying to do that. And one day, bought one pack of 1990 score, and I pulled the David Justice rookie. And this was the one that we were all going after. When I went to a Cub Scout pool party with some friends, and I told them, hey, look, I pulled the David Justice rookie card. I didn't have it with me, but I told them I pulled it. They were so jealous. One of the other boys got so mad, he kept pushing me down under the water, trying to drown me. Needless to say, I'm still here, so he didn't succeed. But that was a first formative memory as far as my Braves fandom connecting with collecting. Second story happened shortly after that. It was around that same time, probably 1991-ish. I was at my grandparents' house and I was sorting my cards on the bed like I did. I think I was looking through some 1990 Donruss with the ugly red borders with the black speckles all over them. And my grandma comes in and she's like, hey, I was going through some of your great uncle's papers and I found this. I thought you might like it. Tosses it casually on the bed. I look over. It's a 1934 Gaudy. Now, for me, I had never seen a card that old, let alone had one. And I was happy with a card that was worth like a quarter. Well, come to find out, that 1934 Gaudy was this very card, Frank Frisch, a Hall of Famer. Well, I looked that up in the price guide. It was worth $20, which to a kid at that time, that's a fortune. But I still have it, and it is one of the links to my family's past. I don't have a lot of sports fans in my family, but my great uncle was, and from him, I was able to get that card, and I still have it. My first pre-award card by a mile, and still something I treasure. So, would love to hear your thoughts on those stories, on any topics you'd like me to cover, or anything else, any feedback. And I've got some ideas in the works, so stay tuned. And thank you for watching.